Welcome back to Rimworld. Let's pretend I didn't just record 10 minutes and then realise I had the wrong microphone plugged in. So, what has changed in the past 10 minutes? Honestly, not a huge amount. Tom Bombadil literally dropped down dead. He was a zombie, but he did just drop down dead. Apparently a dragon killed him, which is true. The dragon did kill him, but not right at that moment, it didn't. So he's back in a coffin. Doesn't matter too much, we can always just dig him up and resurrect him again, right? So it's not a big deal. The zombies are once again relegated back to their specific area, and of course I asked you guys last episode, was the Reginald Elkip thing bullshit? And everybody was like, yes, of course that was bullshit, that was a glitch. So I have reloaded to before Reginald Elkip died. However, we are going to be sending out some more caravans this episode, so don't worry about that. We are going to be going back out on adventures, and we are going to hopefully start building the city. I would like to get working on an inn, on a visitors center, that type of thing. We could put that in Undead Burg. And then obviously, you know, making more Undead should be our priority here. So, one of you guys pointed out that Bonnet Bigly right now can only sustain about 3 or 4 Undead before his magic regenerate isn't enough. You know, it'll start draining more than it regains, and then we'll start losing zombies. Which actually might have been the reason he died, in hindsight. I'm not entirely sure. Doesn't matter too much. But what I've done is I figured Bonnet Bigly is incapable of art. So no matter how much we train this dude up, he's never going to be able to make the highest level of the enchantment gems, right? So instead what I've done is I've taken Potts, our cook, and our doctor, and he is instead being trained up to replace Bonnet Bigly as the main gem maker here. So I've got him disassembling apparel and then making tabards, and when he's made a tabard, he'll disassemble it and then he'll make another one. In theory, we won't lose too many resources doing that, but it will get him a shit ton of XP as well. So Potts is currently, so you need 8 crafting to make the gems. You need 10 intellectual, I believe, and then some artistic as well. 2 artistic to make the next level of gems. So he's very close to actually fulfilling all of that. 6.81 crafting. He's got the intellectual by quite a long way, and then he's 1.67 artistic. A little bit of artistic training, a little bit of crafting training, like a level and a bit of crafting, and this boy will actually be able to make us the more powerful gems. Now, those gems we can put into Bonnet Bigly's armor, and actually give him a higher mana regen rate, which in turn will allow us to have more undead, and then the undead army will finally rise up. My ultimate goal is obviously going to declare war on these faction bases, and because I've got the faction-based mod, or the stronger faction-based mod, this should be a much bigger challenge. You know, it'll actually be like a siege, rather than just turning up, gunning down a few guys and walking off, because faction-based have always been, you know, kind of disappointing in Rimworld, right? Now, the other thing I want to do this episode, work out how the hell to make fire pots, because we do have catapults. Oh, they can fire chunks. Oh, they can fire chunks, can they? Well, that makes our lives shit tons easier. So what we'll do then, dumping stockpile zone, basically everywhere here is more than acceptable. You can store all the chunks you want behind Bonnet Bigly's castle. There we go. Storage, clear all, let's go critical, and let's go, basically any chunks are fine by me. Can we fire steel slag chunks? No, we can't. And we can also manufacture explosive pots as well. I assume they'll do a lot more damage than a stone chunk. Obviously, you know, they do explode. But that's fine. You know, stone chunks are better than nothing, and I don't know how to make pots yet, so we might as well still work on that. I assume it's from, like, a crafting station, so we've got the artisan station. Nothing there, unfortunately. Okay. I'll take a look through, and I'll see how we actually craft that. And we've built another shrine to the random number god. Now, I figured we'd put this inside Bonnet Bigly's bedroom, because he deserves his own little private shrine as the king there. So we'll sort of, does that actually work? Oh, that kind of does work. So we'll put that right in the middle of his bedroom. We've got another one, which is going to go, obviously, around the God Rock that we got during episode 1. We will, we'll reclaim this God Rock and build a little cathedral here. That's basically what this whole area is going to be. Cathedral, we'll get a little inn, and obviously some houses for any zombies we've got. We'll sort of put them in their own little area over here. So that way, if we have any visitors, they're not going to be upset about the zombies as well. The zombies, my plan for those is, because they don't sleep or do anything, to be honest with you, the plan for the zombies is simply have them working farms constantly and have them a sort of connecting area between the freezer and the zombie area, and just have the zombies drop off a load of food. They don't really need to do anything else. Why can the dog not work? Oh, right. One thing that we should do for the zombies then, if they've got really nothing else to do, is obviously dig them a quarry as well, so they can at least be somewhat useful here. So we'll build them out. Oh man, that works out pretty well. Holy shit, that works out insanely well. So we'll put a quarry here, and then if we need to, we can move another quarry, but we'll just get them to at least do that. Okay, so after watching it for a while, unfortunately you don't get any crafting experience for disassembling gear back into its components, so we'll just have to let this dude gain some, because he's still 6.81 AC. So we'll just let him build as much as he can, and then we'll send someone else to come and disassemble the material, someone a bit more skilled. But yeah, that's definitely ticking up now. That's a lot better. Well, that's pretty cool. Holy shit, a group of horses abandoned lost. Now, I thought that the ponies we already had were just basically horses, right? I thought it was some sort of like a medieval word for... I thought they were being clever about calling them ponies rather than horses, because obviously in Lord of the Rings they refer to them as ponies. Even though a pony and a horse isn't the same thing, that's not the point. I didn't think there was any difference, but apparently there is. So you kind of horses would move faster, right, and be able to carry more. Anyway, let's move you boys into the base. Welcome. Now, these boys, I would hope to hell you can ride on a horse. If you can't, they've missed a trick there, but we'll definitely get all these boys trained up. Hare and squirrel. Not too bothered about that. You can definitely ride on a pig, and we have another pony there that apparently we haven't tamed either. Bonnet is in charge of every single one of them. Okay, I need to change that at some stage. So what I have done as well is we've started work on actual Undead Burg. Obviously, this was too much for a couple of Undead. Undead don't need houses, they don't need food, they don't need sleep. So they can just work constantly. So what I've done is built them a very, very little wall here. He is actually making slate blocks with the quarry right now. So we're going to build Undead Burg out of black slate because it looks kind of a bit more menacing, you know, sort of suits the undead. And I might even be tempted to turn this area into a huge indoor greenhouse because there is a steam geyser here which will create it naturally, will keep it kind of warm. So this way we can turn this whole thing into an indoor greenhouse, we'll layer the soil a little bit, till the whole thing, and we can essentially move this field into here and just have the undead working constantly. That way we're freeing up so much room, and more importantly, so many colonists can do something a bit more important than, you know, getting crops. Now, we do have way too many crops. It just comes to my attention that apparently we have 6,600 potatoes, 5,500 rice, and 6,700 corn. Oh my god, we've got 7,000 lembas. 7,000 lembas. Is that how you say that? We have 7,000 lembas. That's an absurd amount. So I feel like cutting the farms down a little bit probably wouldn't hurt either. So we could downsize this and actually fit in this area, which is obviously a lot smaller, but that will work out quite well. We need some more undead first, though, before that idea can really be put into motion. So in this area, what I want to do with this episode as well, set up a guest area so we can go back to using Orion's hospitality mod, actually invite some guests over and start rebuilding our rapport with the rest of the world. Because when we started the series, I was pretty diligent about, you know, making friends with people, sending people out to go and help with harvests and sort of improving relations. That's fallen off a lot recently now that we've become a lot more isolated. So I want to reopen this area up to visitors and guests, build a nice cathedral, little inn, something like that. Man, that's pretty tragic. So the dog has now completely rotted away. He's just bone and skeleton. And then we're moving over all of these dead bodies actually into Undead Burg as well. Mainly because, again, I want to reclaim this area for the actual colony. Build some nice things over here instead. Sorry, the dog. You've got to carry all of these dead bodies over there. That's a pretty sizable army, though, for Bonnet Bigly. There's still 22, oh, more than 22. 22 plus 13, 35, funnily enough. Corpses lying on the floor there for Bonnet Bigly. Now, we've also got graves up here, of which are, oh man, they're all filled as well. We have a ridiculous amount of mass graves kicking around. There's some there. Jesus. All we need now is obviously 4 pots to level up. Speaking of which, he is at 7.17. Hey, he's only got 0.8 of another level to go, and then we can start making these very, very powerful gems to imbue Bonnet Bigly with. So for today's potentially suicidal caravan adventure, I feel like the outpost, the Blue Plane Covenant, wants this one destroyed, and it's going to give us Torn Script Demonology. That one just sounds the coolest. We've also got kicking around this one here. They'll give us Torn Script Water, which doesn't sound very fun at all. The Shire wants this one destroyed within 9.8 days. They'll give us Hyperweave. Oh my god, it's 20 enemies though. These boys is an incapacitated refugee. There are 0 sleeping mechanoids. Good to know. Thank you for that. We've got 6,000 silver. So what was this outpost looking like? We don't actually know how many enemies are there, unfortunately. We've got Mage Spell, Transfer Mana, Druid Spell, Fertile. So this was the one I went for last time, and the game sort of messed up on that one. Then we've got an Orb of Eternal as well. I think this one should definitely be our first port of call. The Demonology script sounds incredible. Now, I'm going to send a bit more of a sizable caravan this time, so I think we'll send Insane Nigel. I think we'll send Elkip, and I think we'll send Deep Sea. Now, that's not too much of a massive caravan, but these 3, I believe, between them could definitely deal with any threat they're thrown at them. Deep Sea has that ridiculous magic missile. He's got the teleport ability. Insane Nigel, obviously with the heals as well, is pretty valuable, especially when you're going to be in a combat scenario. And then, of course, Reginald Elkip for just the pure DPS. Now, I've been putting very slowly points into at Death's Door as well in order to level up his level of Graveblade. Oh shit, I should level up the base level as well. I forgot you could do that. But yeah, this dude, hopefully with his newfound powers, his newfound strength, should stop him. Now, he's also got level 5 strength as well, so that's 25% extra damage as well, which is it's just nuts. Let's send him off. Right, world map. And we want to send on our little adventure. My god, I love that he's just a skeleton. That's so weird. We want to send... Where is it? Deep Sea Lord of the Forge. We want to send Insane Nigel, and we want to send Reginald Elkip Murder Miner. Okay, and then we also want to send, obviously, anybody who is, anybody who's mountable, oh, that's not the right word, any horses or anything that we can ride there. So we can take Pony 3, Scrooge, and Pony 2. So we'll go Elkip, Insane Nigel, and Deep Sea. Excellent. All right, and then we also want to throw in basically any sort... Oh, we got Lembas. That'll do. Lembas, we'll take some dried berries. This is way too much food. This is just an absurd amount of food. 12.4 days of food. That's fine. All right, and then we'll send them to this one here. It's going to take them 0.6 days to get there because it is mostly road, and they are on horseback as well. Good luck, team. Godspeed. And let's hope that we can get that Demonology script, more importantly. Good luck, team. This might be a hell of a fight. With 3 of them, a lot more micromanaging. It's fairly easy to obviously micromanage one person, which I feel like definitely helped out a lot with the last time we did this, but this could be a bit more of a risk. Alright, let's see. What have we got? There are a total of 13 people, some with bows. Oh, no, that's the worst news we could have asked for. We've got 1 with a bow there, 2, 3, 4 bow... Oh, man, there's fucking 4 with bows. Okay, fine. Let's head in, team. Are the ponies going to stay there? Fingers crossed the ponies don't actually move. We need to play on speed 1 here. Right, the plan is very, very simple. We move up Deep Sea, our long-range fighter. You're going to switch to your axe. You're going to switch to your hammer. You guys are going to stand there. He's going to lure around the corner, and then these are just going to whack him. They're just going to wail on him. So you stand here and see if we can get a pot shot on anyone. Good luck. Good luck. Please. What's the magic missile range? Oh, you know what? He's almost in range for a magic missile. Go. Oh, what a shot. There's 1 down. Good work, team. Oh, there's actually 1 dead. Right, now we come around the corner. Tribespeople from the Blue Plain Covenant are attacking your villagers. That's exactly what we wanted. Right, come around here. Get ready. A good shot. An absolutely stunning shot there. Let's get a minion down as well, because those are capable of combat, just to block some instant death for minion 13, but an instant death on an enemy. You know what? I'll take that one. Why did he throw his musket on the floor? My dude. Equip that as a sidearm. Don't leave that behind, because it's actually a good musket. Okay, team. This is where it gets a little hairy. Shoot down a Graveblade. I think a Graveblade could save us here. Go! Nice. Okay. Not terrible. Not great either, but not terrible. Oh, man. This is a little bit messy, eh? Deep Sea is dead. Deep Sea has been beaten to death instantly. How did this happen? Reginald Elkip last time soloed an entire faction. Okay, come on, team. This is not looking good at all. I was way too ambitious with this one. Way too ambitious with this one. Elkip, this is down to you, my friend. Wave of fear. Get him away. That's it. Okay, good, good, good. Break it up a little bit. There was too many of them this time around. This was too much of a dangerous mission. Oh, God. Deep Sea, we will take his body back and he will be reborn by Bonnet Bigly. Bonnet Bigly will raise him. Reginald Elkip, though, out healing the damage. This is what I was hoping for. Unfortunately, Reginald Elkip might just be better as a torpedo. It might just be better to send him in by himself and let him DPS everyone down, because they don't seem to be able to touch him, really. Now, when we're trying to juggle 2 other colonists as well... Oh, shit, what was that? It's not too ideal, but he seems to be really holding his own here. Look at this, he's still not taking any damage. Insane Nigel is being battered, but Reginald Elkip has their area of effect healing. I think we just got incredibly lucky with Deep Sea, wherever his body is. Let's take a look at that. Oh, man, it was the Great Bow that got him, I should say. Or whoever they were. Yeah, that explains a lot, because... Was it this person? That's not ideal. So I assume that the actual AoE healing from Elkip is benefiting, obviously, mostly against the... Oh, they are fleeing. There we go, team. That's all it took. You guys probably switch back to your ranged weapons now and see if you can maim anyone to avenge poor Deep Sea. Like I said, he'll be reborn in no time, so it doesn't matter too much. We've just got to get these last couple of surviving, because they won't disengage from melee anytime soon. They're going for a heroic last stand to let their people escape. Oh, you fools. You are done for. Come on, Elkip. Take him out. Man, these boys are so strong. They're so much more powerful than the last people we fought. And there we go. That should be basically it. I like that he's healing himself there. Thank you. If you can focus on killing the enemy. This dude is taking an absolute beating. Look at this. Bruise Warhammer, spirit damage as well. That's from Elkip's, obviously, spirit attack. Man, that was insane. Took a very, very long time, but this should hopefully be quest complete. We actually did get it. And faction relations have improved, plus more to the point. Where's my torn script, my boy? Torn script demonology. Where's that? Spell mending, dry ground, blur, kinetic shield. Oh, there it is. Aha, got it. Torn script demonology. What do we do with this then? Enter into agreement with the demon and gain their power. This contract binds the patron in a literal sense with demonic essence that affects their genetic makeup. Right, got it. It affects males and females differently. Because it's not explained the full contract, the result might not immediately provide full access to all abilities. Bonnet Bigly, can you become a necromancer and enslaved to a demon? Let's find out. This should be fairly interesting, or a massive mistake, one or the other. Alright, Bonnet, you can do it. This is going to be pretty... Are they still fighting? Oh, no, we're good. Everyone's finally dead. Jesus, okay. So we've got to load up Deep Sea. We might as well check what was in their house. I doubt it's going to be anything. But we'll take a look in there as well and obviously get him home to be resurrected. Bonnet Bigly. What is this going to do? Bonnet does not have magically... Oh, so once you become a member of a class, you lose a trait magically gifted. Well, that would kind of make sense that you wouldn't also be able to do that. Do you have anyone else who's magically gifted who could take advantage of this scroll is the real question. You don't even have any traits. Oh, this was the guy's traits we stole, eh? Yeah, no, that's it. Okay, so we've got to wait for someone else to be obviously magically gifted before we can use that. So it's worth keeping an eye out for future raids, making sure we can try and grab someone to become our little demon boy. What in the goddamn dwarf crossbow? What's the DPS on that type of thing? Where is the DPS? Damage 21. Melee damage per second. Oh, do we not get to see the range damage per second? A little bit annoying. Dwarf crossbow, I would assume, would be better than a regular crossbow. Wait, dwarf crossbow of knowledge. Okay, interesting. Damage isn't too bad. You know what? I'm going to have to drop one of our weapons on the floor to be able to compare it here. Can you drop that shit? Oh, apparently didn't have it equipped anyway. Right, let's take a look. So, great bow, comparatively, does a damage of 17, which is a lot as far as I'm concerned. Dwarf crossbow, damage of 21. So, you'd assume it would be better. Obviously, that's not taken into account. I'm just deciding what to take with us, essentially, is what I'm getting at. Galadrim elf bow sounds pretty impressive. Damage of 19. What's the cooldown on that? 1.4 seconds. So, I can sort of do some brain maths here. Oh, so the Galadrim elf bow is much, much better than the crossbow. So, assuming there isn't a crossbow damage per second there. Unless I'm blind. Can't see anything, though. So, the Galadrim elf bow might be worth taking home. We've also got a Mirkwood elf bow, which I assume is going to be similar type of damage here. 9 with a range cooldown of 0.8. So, fast firing, but not high damage there. Short bow of Everwork. We've got a steel dwarf light spear, 9 damage per second, not particularly great. Well, we'll take a look. I might just judge it by value, honestly, because value is a pretty good indicator of how good an item is. Right, we'll also claim this one and see what else they've got. I feel like we were just paid to destroy, like, a weapons cache. Did we just accidentally get into a faction war? Oh, bedrolls, I'll take those, thank you. Right. A little bit annoying that we lost our boy, but again, it's just a temporary thing, because we can resurrect him more or less instantly here. Right, get these uninstalled, my friend. And let's get you boys on the way. No. Stop that second. Right, there we go. Reginald Elkip, let's unmerge you a second. You boys get yourself some food or whatever. We'll allow all. I like that he's cleaning this area we've just conquered. Thank you for that one. And then we'll reform the caravan. And make sure I take the body, for Christ's sake. That's very important. Reform caravan. Take these boys. We're going to take the body of Deep Sea. There he is. You will not be left behind. Not today, my friend. Have we got enough food? We've got 11 days of food. We've got Elkip Deep Sea. No rider. We don't need that. Oh, man, it's too heavy. We can't take it all. Right. Very annoying. I suppose we don't really need so much food, considering Deep Sea is dead. Man, how has this happened? How come the 3 horses can carry them here, but they can't carry them back? Explain that one to me, science. So we've got the homing warhammer. Yeah, I mean, that's literally his equipped weapon. That doesn't make any sense. Why can they... Let's leave some berries behind? Even if we leave the berries behind, we still can't do that. That doesn't make any damn sense. Well, we'll just have to have them not being ridden then, which is a little bit of a shame. That's kind of annoying, because it means they're going to be much slower. So we could go 23.8 tiles per day. That's the only way to be able to take back Deep Sea Lord of the Forge as well. Unbelievable. We'll take the bedrolls, just so they can actually get some sleep on the way back. Take the lemons, obviously, take the berries, and that's 10 days of food. That's very annoying that we'd have to... It doesn't make any sense, like I said, but, you know, it's not a big deal. Right, so it's going to take 1 day now, which, again, not a massive deal, but kind of a little bit inconvenient, seeing as it doesn't make any fucking mathematical sense. Off we go, team. Welcome home. More importantly, is Potts ready to finally do some crafting worthy of a manifestation? No. In conclusion, 7.37, so only another, 0.6 levels there, and he should be good to go. A group of denizens from the Crown Mantis have attacked. That's fairly convenient. Oh my god. That's fairly convenient, seeing as I just went into the storyteller settings and changed over to Randy Ruff. I figured that we haven't had a raid in a very, very long time with Cassandra, so I thought we would flip over to Randy here. Now, Randy Ruff is nothing to sneeze at. This is going to be a difficulty quite beyond what we've had before. So, oh man, this is going to be difficult because our best fighter and our healer are both away and aren't getting back for days yet. Oh, it's so preemptively they're gonna stand around, right? They're not going to attack yet. Is basically what they're getting at? Yeah, okay. So, we'll obviously wait them out as long as we can. They want 9 mage spells. They will return an arming sword, a claymore, a steel careful long-bearded dwarf helmet. What a fucking mouthful. Bearskin Noldorin elf helmet of ranger. Yeah, no, we're not really interested in that. I don't know how the hell we even make scrolls like that. Something to look into. Now, one thing I did notice that I was kind of saving for in a minute when we finish the next level of research, but if we go to the forge now and take a look at this, we've got this cool armor called Armor of the Valiant. Now that increases XP by 10% and reduces energy cost by 10% as well. So it's very, very powerful for mages. It's very, very powerful for fighters as well. We've got Helm of the Valiant. I wonder if there's like a full Valiant set. No, it's just the Helmet of the Valiant and the Armor of the Valiant. So making these for Bonnet Bigly, making them for all of our wizards, to be honest with you. Wizards and fighters will be very, very good. Very expensive to make though. 450 of any ingredient, 100 refined, unrefined magicite, 20 silver and 5 gold is nothing to sneeze at, especially the magicite cost there. Now there are other arcane artifacts we also have access to, like the wands, lightning, fire, ice. I mean, making all of this for Bonnet Bigly sounds like a very, very cool idea, but I did want to wait until we got to the next level, because that seems to have just upgraded versions of what we had originally, right? So this seems to be the next sort of level above that. So I'm going to wait for this to finish first, rather than sink all of our resources into, you know, not the best armor we could have, especially as it seems fairly expensive. Okay, they are beginning their assault, so what we're going to do is basically squad everyone up and stick them on the ballista. Don't need ammo, do they? No, I don't think they do. I think they're just like turrets. So we're going to stick our least powerful colonists on the ballista. So who is crappy at shooting or melee? Well, obviously Bonnet Bigly is fairly good at melee there. You're fairly good at shooting. You are also basically anybody who doesn't have either 5 in either skill is going to be put on the turrets. You know what? We have some fairly skilled people. Oh man, Madalore is not very good. Right. You man the ballista. Actually, she's a woman. You've obviously got magic missiles, so you are very, very good regardless. Jim Morrison. So I guess the dog can get on a ballista. Now, who are our less skilled people? So I'm looking at somebody with lower melee. So you've only got 5 melee, so you can get on a ballista. You've got 8 melee, 8.7. Man, this is kind of a difficult choice. Okay, Jimbo has very, very crap melee. So obviously, if we're using range, we might as well put them on the thing, right? This may or may not work. This may be a horrible idea. 5 point... Yeah, okay, so that's not very much, but it's better than nothing. Right, get over here, team. They're heading over. Can we hurry up? Hurry up, team. Come on, people. Move in. Alright, here we go. Is it worth just putting a couple of others on it, do you think, as well? Melee of 10, melee of 9, melee of 11. So who's our lowest? 8 there? So Pots get on a ballista as well. Man ballista. Patches, also pretty terrible. Get on a ballista. Hopefully this works. I mean, this might be a goddamn awful idea. You boys are okay, so let's get you actually using melee this time. Oh, you know what? Range is fine to start off with, I guess, before they get a little bit closer. Alright, here we go. Ballista, massively disappointing. Really achieved nothing there. Okay, here we go. Good luck, team. Now, Bonnet Bigly, you, my friend, are going to go into... I don't want to say search and destroy. I'm going to say release animals, but Bonnet Bigly should definitely move to the back here. Right, to get back, my friend. How are the ballista doing? Terribly, by the looks of it. Like, actually, just genuinely terribly. They actually seem to be doing almost nothing at all. Oh, shit. This is a bad raid. This is a hefty raid. Okay, attack the dude on the muffalo. Are they even using the ballista? Am I blind? Oh, this is horrible. This is just horrible. Look at this. Okay, first things first. Sonic Blast in the back row. Kill them all. Jim. Oh, that did a pretty good job. Okay, Sonic Storm. Oh, okay, it doesn't have enough energy. That's not really much of a surprise. Bonnet could blow up a corpse, which I feel like isn't a bad plan. Bonnet, blow up that corpse. 4, 3. Oh, God. Back off, back off. 2, 1. Kaboom! Hey, that was kind of cool. I feel like we're still screwed, but that was kind of cool. Right, okay. Search and destroy melee again. They're fleeing. We've done it. My God, we've done it. Croesus is down. The Jew is down. Everyone else seems fairly fine. The dog is dead. The dog was a zombie. Oh, shit. I forgot the dog. Why was the dog over there? Did I not send him to man the ballista? It doesn't matter too much because he was a fucking skeleton, so it's not like we can't just, you know, rebuild him. He can be rebuilt. Everyone can be rebuilt. We have conquered death at this stage, so it really doesn't matter. The rest of you, search and destroy. Should we get them off the turrets? There we go. Right, and then search and destroy melee? Oh, they've only got ranged. Search and destroy ranged. Kill them all. Take him out. Take out this boy who's threatening your king. That's it. We've done it. We've repelled probably the biggest attack we've ever seen. Now, it's not the biggest attack we've ever seen, but they were the most well-armed. The Dwarven Bandits done it with no armor and just axes. These boys were armed. They were prepared. They had battle mounts. They had... Look at all these armaments they had. Scaled gloves, domed helmets. Like, these were nothing to really shrug at. So we did a very, very good job, I think. Again, the melee combat is kind of a bit of a clusterfuck. Are you magically gifted? Tell me you are... Too smart pessimist. Do we get anyone else? Oh, hang on. Takaru? Undergrounder, too smart. Are you good? You've got level 10 mining, to be fair. You've got level 10 melee. Could be persuaded here. Now, please, for the love of God, rescue our people. Are we rescuing our people? We're not rescuing our people. Okay, Patches is the doctor. Yes, definitely. No. Potts is the doctor. I get confused because obviously you say patch your people up. Okay, rescue Croesus. I feel like this is definitely going to happen. It's a real shame that our healer isn't getting here for like another couple of hours. So let's put down some spots and let's try and get these boys back to full health. That's absolutely insane. Out of all of that, the worst person is only going to die in 19 hours. The worst person that came out of that was the Jew after being shot a couple of times by a crossbow. Everyone else, basically fine. Just a lot of bruising. I think we got very lucky with the actual weapons that they were using in that raid, to be honest with you. If those had been swords, maybe we'd be in a different scenario, but that was fine. So let's get you in here. Come and immediately heal him up. I'm going to actually turn off auto heal so he doesn't cast it on Bonnet. As great as Bonnet is and everything, I do feel like maybe getting people healed up based on priority is a little more important. So who is next? Croesus is fine, despite the fact... So death in 21 hours here. Jim Morrison. So let's move Insane Nigel over to... Where is Jim Morrison? Jim, rest, my friend. What are you doing? Why are you wandering around? Okay, so Insane Nigel, we'll just let him stand there and heal people up in the hospital. You can shoot through walls. That's interesting. Go and heal up Bonnet as well, then. I kind of feel like he's almost a little bit OP. Like, there's a lot of this magic mod that's a little bit OP. Oh, my God, look at that tiny horse. That's absurd. That is such a small horse. Yeah, so like I was saying, I feel like a lot of this magic mod is a little bit OP. Reginald Elkit being just basically unkillable is fairly OP. Being able to resurrect colonists, fairly OP. But being able to instantly heal everyone so you don't need to resurrect them in the first place, maybe a little bit too much. Scrooge, you alright? Oh, he's spinning on the circle because he was waiting for Potts to come and climb on his back. Right, fair enough. That's cool, though. Everybody's at full health. That was the worst raid we've ever had, and I think we came out of that fairly unscathed here. Worst thing we've got to do, and honestly the biggest inconvenience, is burying all these goddamn corpses, which of course is still fine, because they're going to act as fodder for Bonnet's army. So let's actually start work on the inn, the thing I was threatening to do at the start of the episode, but actually never got round to doing, because, you know, that's sort of typical Rimworld style, eh? So, I'm going to start work on this. Now, the inn is another friggin' meteorite. There's so many meteorites! Basically, the whole point of the inn is obviously to get guests over here. Guests will improve relations if they have a good time, if they're well entertained and well fed, if they have nice rooms, that type of thing. So having guests come and visit, now they'll also pay for their stay if they enjoy it enough, so they'll leave you behind, you know, medicine, silver, whatever it is to pay for their stay. And generally the inn's going to be quite close to the entrance here, so that's what I'm going for. We'll have I kind of want just a basic gate on the front entrance, or maybe even nothing at all, just so the enemies attempt to obviously go through it, otherwise they'll use sappers to get around the walls. So we'll do something like that. This will be converted into a cathedral. I'll make this look a lot nicer as well, but first things first, should be, I think, the actual room that they're going to stop in. Did I build it out of... Oh, thank God. I thought I didn't build it out of the old style walls then, and it would look massively out of place. So the rooms are going to be very, very straightforward. Nothing particularly massive. We'll just try and use this this furniture mod to make it look a little nicer. Now, whilst they're building that, and absolutely before I forget, because let's be honest, I will forget, let's bring back Deep Sea Lord of the Forge. Now, unfortunately, you will be relegated to Undead Burg. You are a great colonist, but I just can't have the Undead mingling with us pure humans. Welcome back. Very unfortunate that you are a horrible, rotten man, though. Now, speaking of horrible, rotten men, we should probably go and wake up the dog as well and get him put to work. So let's go, where is he? Deep Sea. Lord of... What was he the Lord of? Lord of the Forge. Nah, that's a real shame, but we can have an Undead forging for us. It doesn't matter too much. Let's go Restrict, and then Deep Sea is going to Undead Burg. Goodbye, my friend. Nice having you on board, but you have been relegated. You know, death comes with a price, and that price is living in the slums. Okay, Bonnet. Bonnet, what the hell is taking so long, my dude? Just like, is he like severely injured that he can't move? Moving poor, yeah. He's missing 2 toes. Well, no, he's missing a toe. Is that really it? Is that why you're moving so slowly? And he's got a scar on his leg. Okay, you know what? Oh, and his spine has been destroyed. His spine has been destroyed by mana. Honestly, that I think is a much bigger complaint than you're really letting on, Bonnet Bigly. Oh, sorry, I'm missing a toe. And by the way, my spine was destroyed. Okay, understandable. Have a nice day. Let's raise up, you raise me up. My good boy, the dog. Welcome back. Thank you. I was kind of hoping that would, you know, be in time for me finishing that lyric, but that's fine. Don't worry about it too much. You do you. You work on your own time, Mr. Zombie. Right, so let's restrict him to also... I assume you have to do this again for him. Oh, no. If he's died once and comes back to life... Oh, he loses his jobs again, though. For fuck's sake. Where are you going? Oh, right, because he's allowed to come and haul these corpses. That's, you know, primarily his job there. Deep Sea, what are you doing? This doesn't look like you're in Undead Burg, my friend. What are you doing here? Get the hell out. Right. I feel like it's because I've restricted his area, so he's not allowed to move. Oh? Oh, you can't make it out the front gate. Oh, shit, it's not these goddamn gates again. These fucking gates are so broken. We always have issues with them. I'm just going to get rid of it. Get out of here, gate. You're ruining the game for me. Right, get rid of that. Someone, we're not using them anyway. We're just holding it open, so you might as well just dismantle the goddamn thing. They look cool. They're a massive pain in the ass. There we go. Right, and I bet now, yeah, there we go. Now you can move through with absolutely no problem. God damn it. I kind of like this. I don't know why. I think it's pretty cool. So what we can do is actually have them leave. Let's clear all. Allow rotten fresh is fine. Corpses. So I've created a very little small area exclusively for corpses, which is just on the entrance gate to Undead Burg. And then what I've done is I've allowed... So area 1 is where humans can go, right? Or our regular colonists can go, which is basically the entire map but Undead Burg. It's a real shame you can't mark areas for them not to go, but there we go. So that actually extends into this very small dumping zone. So they dump the bodies on the entrance to Undead Burg. And then Undead Burg also overlaps into this. I'll make the overlap a little bit larger. So they can gather the bodies from the living. And there's no crossover there. That's kind of... I really love that sort of creepy aesthetic we got going on there. They leave this mountain of bodies. And then Undead come over and haul it away to this like mysterious, cut off, almost quarantined area of the base. So let's just make sure everybody was fully healed from that raid. Has Mark always been magically gifted? I swear I checked them all. Maybe I missed someone else as well, because I don't particularly want to give it to Mark, because he's a bit shit. No offense. Well, actually, he's very, very good, but, you know, I don't necessarily want to consign him to a contract with a demon. Tough, T-Tutler, like... Maybe he's always been magically gifted, and I just completely ignored it. Arcane Mage, Technomancer... Yeah, no, obviously these boys aren't going to have it. Okay, then. Fair enough, I won't complain. Mark, congratulations, my friend. You are now entering a contract to a demon. You're welcome, my friend. Let's see what he's got going on for it. Oh, was that it? Did he pick it up again? I swear I said read. Hey, put that down. Actually read it this time, my dude. Read. Oh, well, that was cool. What's it done for him? Sorry. He now counts as a warlock. Oh, that's what a warlock is. His work speed is... Oh, his work speed is lower, for fuck's sake. Research speed is higher. He's more sensitive to psychic changes. His carrying capacity is down. His learning factor is up a lot, though. Social intellect plus 20%. So he's like a manipulator, basically. Very, very cool. Welcome, Mark the Warlock. Repulsion generates a burst of energy at a target cell with enough force to launch nearby creatures away from the center. Shadow Command. Or we've got Dominate here. Command the shadow to envelop your enemies in a living nightmare that will surround them in their greatest fears. Oh, God. Allow the shadow to dominate their own mind. Warlocks and succubi dominate their foes in many ways. Warlocks attempt to break the mind of their enemies, while a succubi will reduce their physical prowess. That's cool. We've got Heart of Darkness. Launches a Shadow Bolt. Oh, obviously we're going to go for that one. Was released in a violent wave of darkness. And then we've got Soul Link as well. Demons, or those who possess the power of a demon, can create soul bonds. So, a contract with another character, with another pawn. The bond provides energy from the soul and host of the demon can exchange the emotions of the host are washed away in bliss. Ah. Right, so he steals someone else's power, and in exchange, they lose their mental break. Interesting. That's very, very cool. So, if we've got someone with a major or, you know, significant break risk, extreme break risk, we could just have this guy go over and blast them with his mind magic, drain their energy, but in return, restore them to a sort of natural state. Does it work on colonists already having a mental breakdown is the real question. Well, congratulations, Mark, Demonlord. You get to test this out firsthand. Send him in. Soul Bond with Vrico. Didn't fucking work, my dude. Did it do anything? Bliss. Bliss, my worries and concerns have washed away. What does that do to you, though? I honestly don't see the downside to it. I need to reread this again. The bomb provides energy from the soul of the host of the demon camp. Well, what does that actually mean? What is he losing in exchange for this? So was it, it was Vrico I shot with that, right? What is he losing, though? Colonists left unburied. I mean, they're undead, so ignore that. I honestly don't know. Is it his health? Oh, Shadow Bond. There we are. Consciousness minus 20%, aiming time, so he's slightly slower. Okay, so he's just a slower all-round character. Fair enough. So as a temporary thing, it seems like a pretty good idea. Some weird progress today, I think. We've obviously got Undead Burg nicely cordoned out there. There's kind of a fun little thing that we've got going on with that. And I have built these spike walls outside of Undead Burg to kind of show, hey, maybe don't visit here. It's full of zombies and the undead. We did lose Deep Sea, but he has been reborn as a floating torso, so that's pretty cool. This will be finished next episode, and I think, actually, before next episode, I might reinstall the speed mod, simply because waiting for some of these to be built, we're more than capable of doing it, you know? It's just a case of actually waiting. We've got a lot of waiting going on right now, so being able to crank it up to speed 4 on a more convenient method would be a lot more useful. Now, that being said, there is still a lot more stuff to do. Obviously, I'd like to see a lot more of this endgame research, but I feel like as far as this series is going, we're sort of coming to the end game a little bit. I feel like we're naturally sort of, you know, we've seen a lot of the stuff, and I'm kind of, in some ways, a little bit disappointed by it, but I will discuss that in a future episode. But I can't imagine this will go on for a particularly huge amount more. We just want to gear up and really go to war at this stage, right? And actually see some of the big medieval battles that we've been promised. We've seen all the magic. We've seen the sort of weird undead stuff. We've got a cool little city here. The rest is sort of limited by Rimworld in the sense we can't have these massive, massive population cities really because the game's not really built for that type of thing. But let me know what you think. If you've got any ideas for the series, before I sort of decide the end game for it, then please let me know by all means. And we will go ahead and give a shout out to all of the insane top tier level patrons for making this series possible in the first place, including Big D Timmy, Tom Terror 18, Harik, Lucas Holting, Jacob Alexander Fenton, Sean Thornton, Lolrus, Haydog, Sedini, Necrophilin, Asuna Kirito, Facundo Vasquez, I'm the Lizard King, Jocelyn Dean Tesla, Michael Mullen, Tyler Birch, Palvis Presley, Logan Thorne, Conspire T, Orcswolf, Average Gamer 419, Escape, Crosis, Vacuous Bacchus, and Tim Bragg. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for keeping the channel alive. Thank you for keeping this series going. We will be continuing tomorrow, of course. But there will be a Patreon vote before we potentially start a new Rimworld series to see if you guys are obviously still up for that. If you're interested, you can check out the Patreon below. Now, for those of you on Patreon whose names aren't on the shoutouts list yet, don't worry. Patreon have been having a lot of issues over the past few days, and their whole website was down earlier today. I think it's back up now, but they're seriously shitting the bed recently. So, if you're not on the list, I will hopefully get that fixed as soon as they get their shit together. Thank you, nonetheless, and a big shout as well to Nathaniel Lindbergh, Euphrates, Jimmy, Quasar Fox, Jack Allen, Gabriel Van Der, Llewellyn Thomas, Nathan Flores, You're Under Freeze, Dunk 217, Zek McDougall, sorry, my apologies, I'm fucking that up. Joseph Beard, Jordan Campbell, Harry McGowan, Will Wade, Chris, Sir Thor the Swede, The Sage, Asaro, Nick, Fraser Brennan, Kevin Saunders, Betimus Max, The Insane Pickle, Adam Person, Igor Kozak, Haji Dumar, Noah Gallimore, Pantapol, and Alpha Scuff. I took so long, my video's on loop now. Thank you all for watching.